Merry fucking Christmas, Bully Ray. Good job, Savage.
It's the best hat in pro wrestling today!
I'm wrestling with Savage with Willow Nightingale, baby. Let's go!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Because I'm lovely AF and you aren't. Thank you.
And you heard it here first on Wrestling with Savage. You fucking raw man, yeah! Raw fucking yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Battleground Championship Wrestling, we will not be denied.
With Luigi, the greatest pizza maker of all fucking time! Look at this fucking guy right here! Look at this fucking guy! Fuck you, Savage! Fuck you!
Say you are listening to Wrestling with Savage, the best podcast in the history of podcasts.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, Pride say you live by the champ. Her last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. Smackdown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Because they are the best tag team in the world today!
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, Pride say you live by the champ. Her last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. Smackdown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now.
What's going on, everybody? Happy holidays! Welcome back to Wrestling with Savage. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. Whatever you celebrate, I wish to you to have the best one ever with your loved ones, with your family, and, have your thoughts and prayers with everyone out there who isn't as fortunate. And let's make the world a better place in 2023. Get ready to make your New Year's resolutions. Make them count this year. Don't just say you're going to do something, but actually do it. I have a New Year's resolution like I do every year. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. But this year, I'm going to keep my resolution to myself, and we'll talk about it next year and see if it came true. Or maybe if it comes true a little earlier, I'll bring it up. Jay, what's going on?
What's going on, Savage? What's going on, Ant? How's everybody doing at home? I heard you had one hell of a weekend because I saw it with my sources as well. We all saw you live Saturday night. I know you were discussing about it yesterday, but I saw it and I love the shit out of it.
I'm sure you did because you know me. And
I love the sign. I love the Matt Cardona, fuck you Santa. I love all that shit. That shit was priceless. I didn't think I would have a good, enjoyable Saturday night when I saw you on TV screaming, yeah!
Yeah, I was definitely, obviously, I don't know if you can tell, or from yesterday.
One thing.
Lost my voice a little.
One more thing. I just want to shout out to all the haters on Busted Open that hated on my man over here. Shout out to all of y'all. I see y'all, by the way.
That's all right. Listen, man, if you ain't getting hate, you ain't making money and you ain't doing your job. So I appreciate it. I appreciate that.
Shout out who was on the show as well. Shout out to Gilch stunt double, who I thought was actually Gilch taking a photo with Bully Ray. Shout out to him. Shout out to Gilch stunt body. Shout out. I'm shouting you out.
It's funny actually, Jay. One of those haters that you apparently see actually asked me for a Dave LaGreca cardboard head, and I gave it to him because it is the holiday season. And also, I don't know if you caught it on pay-per-view. At the end of the show, they had like all the wrestlers come out. Not all the wrestlers, but some wrestlers, some of the mid-tier. One of them happened to be Luigi, the pizza guy. So they're giving out gifts, throwing them from inside the ring. And, me and Luigi had already had a couple of interactions. So he was trying to get me a gift twice. Plus, my section was chanting, Santa, Santa. They wanted me to get the gift. I ended up catching a gift, but somebody else grabbed it as well. Now, I had it in my hand. And if I wanted it, Anthony, I could have took it. But instead, it's the holiday season. I'm wearing a Santa jacket and a hat. So I let go. I let go, Jay. Somebody got a free gift.
He fumbled. Luigi fumbled in that promo with you. He fumbled.
Who?
He was studying his word. Luigi.
Oh, Luigi? That's all right. Luigi's cool, though. I met a lot of cool people there. I had a lot of good interactions. probably the most interesting interaction I had. And if you guys want to hear about it, there's plenty of time tonight, because tonight's NXT was a fucking stinker, in my opinion. But we'll get into that momentarily. But I did have an interaction with Mr. Shane Douglas. Do you guys happen to know the franchise, Shane Douglas?
Well, Shane Douglas, I believe, commentated. I'm not going to be 100% sure. I'm going to say the Ricky Steamboat match. Shane Douglas was the commentator, I believe.
But you know Shane Douglas from ECW, from WWF.
Yeah.
All right.
He was a commentator.
Anthony, I don't know if you know this, but a long time ago, Shane Douglas had a match with Shawn Michaels scheduled. But, and Shawn Michaels was supposed to give him the Intercontinental title. Shane Douglas was supposed to win the match and become the new Intercontinental Champion. And Shawn Michaels wouldn't do the job. Instead, he showed up to the arena and he vacated the title to Vincent Kennedy McMahon, or the president, or whoever the fuck it was, Jack Tunney, I don't remember. Could have been anybody. And then Razor Ramon came out, and it was Razor Ramon versus Shane Douglas for the Intercontinental Championship. And of course, Razor Ramon went on to win that match, become the Intercontinental Champion. Thus, Shane Douglas didn't even get to have the run that he had earned by being the professor and the teacher and all this. You know, he was doing his gimmick for a while, and he did a hell of a job at this gimmick. So, bottom line is this. I went up to him and I said, Shawn Michaels is a son of a bitch. And he looked at me.
Say that?
He looked at me and, yo, he went off. He started going on and on about the whole, like, I wish I would have, like, took more time with him. I probably could have got all that on video.
Not happened.
I could have.
Listen, when you have a bunch of riffraffs from Philadelphia coming into the World Wrestling Federation and you think they're going to be top tier contenders and champions, you're dreaming right now. It's impossible. The only people that ever succeeded in the history of WWE is the Dudley Boys. That's it.
Rob Van Dam was quite successful.
Yeah, I'm saying, but like
Tommy Dreamer was quite successful.
No.
Yes.
I didn't know.
All right, let me give you a statistic about Tommy Dreamer, Jay, that will blow your mind. Are you ready for this?
I don't need to be blown my mind.
Listen
Tommy
to
Dreamer
this.
is a legend.
Listen to this. He's been on TV every year for the last 30 years. Tommy Dreamer.
Wow. Could be somebody over him.
You got to admit, though, that's impressive. It's an impressive streak. I'll give him credit. I love Tommy Dreamer. I actually want to try Tommy Dreamer's coffee.
But listen, you're listening. It's Rob Van Dam, Dudley Boys. But listen, during that time in the 90s, there was no way, and there was no way, no ECW guy at that moment, in that era, in that year, were ever going to get over, especially over Shawn Michaels, who was well established already as becoming a mid-card star.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong about that, but the reason Shane was set up, the reason Shane... Are you going to let me just say it?
Wait, hold on. One more thing.
You're not going to let me.
And one more thing. If we're going to say Shane Douglas, why we can't say Too Cold Scorpio? Too Cold Scorpio was pretty nice in the 90s,
Absolutely.
but he never got his push.
Absolutely.
Why not?
Absolutely. We're not arguing about that.
Because they dressed him into a funny gimmick. That's why.
Well, let me just say one thing, and then you can say whatever you want. Shane Douglas was supposed to get that win only because Shawn Michaels was injured and he had to go and get, work done, surgery or rehab, whatever. He didn't even get a real push. It was just supposed to cover for Shawn, and then he was going to lose it to Razor. That was the plan. Ant, what's up?
Who was that wrestler that Jay was mentioning?
Too Cold Scorpio.
He was at the show on Saturday.
Yeah, he's an ECW original.
He had the best match of the night almost. It was really fun. The match with him and I forgot his name. It's not Swerve. He reminds me of Swerve, but no, Strickland, right? Rich Strickland or something like that. Fuck, I'm a bum.
Maybe, yes. I think
Swan?
you got like Strickland, something like that.
Swan?
I think you said it right the first time. Oh, Rich Swan.
Rich Swan. Yeah, Rich Swan.
Ooh, Impact.
Yeah, Rich Swan versus Too Cold Scorpio. What was really kind of like a modern day Hulk Hogan versus Rock kind of match. Because it's a legend versus a new superstar. And they both, you know, like, he grew up on that guy. You know what I mean? Like, you know it. You could see it from the way he wrestles. But yeah, Scorpio had a hell of a career, but the video you saw at the beginning of the night, and I'll play it at the end of the night, that's, you know, a bunch of videos from the night. Obviously, Bully Ray coming out with a bat. That made my fucking year.
I must have been probably the most thing you could ever possibly dream for this guy to hold back, be like, great job, Savage. Like, that's like awesome, man. That's like priceless right there. And he used it, and he used the stop sign, and you was part of it, and you was in the front, and you was on fucking TV. I mean, should I keep going? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, if you noticed, I had my own little section there. Everybody else had a row.
I think it was the Savage section because everybody started waking up when you were there. You were like, "Argh!"
Yo, so did you watch all 4 hours, Jay?
I'm not gonna lie, Savage. I did tune on and off for some matches. There were some mid-tier guys, you want to call it, that didn't really.
Did you see the RVD match?
Yeah, I saw that.
Did I get on TV a lot? Was I on TV all the time on that one?
You are, but the thing is, like, the hard cam wasn't even like to you. That was the whole shit.
Yeah.
I was trying to tell Gil, it's like, yo, the hard cam is not on you guys. So I was really, like, in the beginning, I was having more difficult time seeing Guilt. And then I saw him for like a glimpse. And then I really thought that was Guilt. He's like, nah, man, that ain't you. I was like, oh, shit, I feel like a dumbass right now. That's your fucking stunt double. Because it looked like that would have been awesome, man. If anybody did that, even you, I would have been, that's cool, man.
Yo, Ant, did you watch that shit yet?
No, I haven't. I had work at 1.
Damn, man. Yeah, you can watch it online anytime.
And then Thomas hit me up. He's like, how you watching it? I was like, I just have it on. And then he's like, yeah, I just ordered it. That shit was awesome, man. That shit was cool. I was just like, let me just see if I just see Savage and Guilt. I was like, let me see what happens. Within the first 2 minutes, I see you. I was like, oh shit, he's right there. But I saw you for like glimpses. Like I said, the hard cam wasn't on you guys.
I want to watch the RVD Rhino match. I think Anthony would love that match. I would tell you, Anthony, if you do watch it, watch the first match and watch the last match. So you get Cardona versus Bully and Rob Van Dam versus Rhino, which to
RVD,
me,
RVD
he killed it.
Like he was scared of you, bro. Those girls are like, yay, because you were so loud. You were like, yeah. The girl looked like, she was like, yeah. She looks scared, like, I don't know what to do.
I just got one last question to ask you before I move on to NXT. Did you hear the RVD chants I was starting?
Yeah, I did.
Like, it was clear as crystal, right?
You have the passion to pull people. You generate, I guess, how do I say this? You generate people's feelings about wrestling, something that they wish they can do. Like, gee, I wish I was that loud and I started a chant, or I wish I cut a promo with FTR, or, you know, I saw them drinking Henny. Like, and that's, well, hold on, I'm getting to a point to this. There's a story to this. So my whole point is, like, you get that rise and like, shit, man, this guy got so much good vibes. And I think sometimes there's people out there that they take that vibe and they see it in a different, obscene matter in some type of way, and it shouldn't even be like that, because you're basically judging an individual. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course, absolutely. I agree with that 100%. But let's open up into NXT. Anthony, I'm going to go straight to you because we haven't heard a lot from you. Just give me your general consensus of NXT tonight. Did you enjoy it? Is there a reason why people should watch it?
I did enjoy it. I enjoyed some matches. There were some matches I enjoyed. The Carmelo Hayes match I was so into. And Axiom.
Yep.
Yeah. Really good match. I also have a speech impediment issue. Excuse me. The New Day match would that was. I love that. The only thing that bothered me.
We're going to get into all that shit tonight.
Yeah.
We're going to get into all that shit. But let's talk about first, and I'm going to go to you first. So, Roxanne Perez, all right? We get a video of her. She's defeating Mandy Rose. She's becoming the NXT New Women's Champion. So before we even get into fucking NXT, we have another subject to talk about. There's only one name that matters to me on Tuesday nights, and now that name is no longer here. It's over. NXT, goodbye, Mandy. Mandy Rose. She's gone. She's done. This is the first episode without...
Is it?
Well, yeah. Officially, as far as not being on the roster.
What was different about tonight's show than last week's show? I asked both of you guys. I asked people that's watching the show right now.
It's Mandy.
What was different?
There's no Mandy.
No.
Yeah.
No.
No Mandy.
No. No.
Not in person, at least. Well, yeah, we know that. It was pre-recorded.
So that means this is not the first episode without Mandy. We don't know what it's going to be like. It's going to be shaky. It's going to be shaky, I'm telling you.
What do you mean? Of course, it is the first episode. Last week, she's gone.
It's not live.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It's pre-recorded.
They recorded it after she got fired, though.
Maybe she didn't know at that time. We can't judge that.
They announced it the same night.
She didn't even know about it.
Either way, it's the first episode we've seen since she's gone. Why are you even, like... All right, well, how about this?
I'm trying to defend her because she's a star. That's why. I'm defending her. I'm defending you, Randy. I'm defending you.
she is a star, obviously. All right, Mandy Rose though. But let's talk about the firing. What the fuck? The guy that's on TV tonight in a tag team match, Xavier Woods. Right now on the internet, you can go find videos of him dumping loads on Paige or Soraya's face for free. Yet he's on TV wrestling, and Mandy Rose is fired for content that she charges people. It isn't free. You can't just go see it. But yet Xavier Woods could dump a load on Soraya's face, and this is acceptable.
Oh my
Let me repeat that, Jay, one more time before I get your take, because I'm sure you have one. It really bothers me, because I said it last week. It bothered me last week. And it bothers me even more when the culprit is wrestling on the same show that the other woman was fired from. So again, I'm going to ask you one more time. How do you feel about Xavier Woods being on TV while there's free content of him finishing on another superstar's face, and Mandy Rose has content that people have to pay for, but she's fired? How do you feel about that? We didn't get to talk about it last week, Jay. We didn't. We have to talk about it.
I'm gonna say this. It's two different scenarios, right? Because she's getting paid for these photos, no matter what it is. So, right? And Xavier Woods is really not. So it's two different scenarios. Look, at the end of the day, I just think things need to cool down. And I think they will. I don't think she should degrade herself and go to AEW or do anything else. I think she don't need it. She has her own donut business with Sonya Deville. She just made $500,000. You reported it as well. My sources also out there told me it's well reported already online on Wrestle Observer, Dave Messler, you name it. She's making more money than she probably would make over there in what?
I have a theory when you're ready for it. I have a theory. I think they planned her firing, man. I think it's all planned because it turned her into an even bigger fucking star.
Wait, hold on.
I think they'll bring her back. They just got to cool things down.
Savage, I'm going to totally 100% agree with you because I don't know if you heard exactly what happened.
There's a lot of stories, a lot of speculation.
One of the guys from the administration of NXT found her photos because apparently they were
Prince
First
Albert.
Of all, whatever his fucking name is.
What was his other name again? Remember? Jay came back. Tensai? Lord Tensai.
That's I really like that character, but what's this guy? Was it Prince Albert?
Yeah, Prince Albert. Yeah, same guy.
But that's
his
the
real
whole
TNA.
That's the whole thing. This was planned. I don't. How like here's
it's
my
funny that
question
he
about
was
it.
in a tag team called Tits and Ass, and he's
of course.
he's here snitching on Tits and Ass.
Exactly.
How ironic is that?
Well, because WWE is still in the PG era.
That's true.
You know,
Is it though?
And,
is it?
but wait a
Why?
minute.
We've seen it before.
But wait a minute.
Good.
Oh, here's the other thing. Do you know how many women in AEW are doing the same shit?
Well, that's AEW. It's a whole different company. We're talking. This is NXT. We're talking WWE.
But wait a minute. I want you to understand where I'm going with this. How come it's okay? So they're not getting shit for it. Okay.
Different boss, different company, different rules.
But what I'm going to say is I agree with your point, Savage. Of it's how come it's okay that Xavier Woods could have content of blowing his load on Paige's
Because it
face.
does this exactly. It brings up emotion. It gets people upset. And honestly, what sells? Sex sells. So they probably figure, hey, even if we fire her, big fucking deal. Chargot should become even more fucking famous. Everyone's going to talk about it. We'll hire her back next year. And she's going to bring us even more fucking ratings. Let her go do her thing. Because I promise you this. The new Attitude Era has to come. And hopefully it comes in the form of Matt Cardona and Mandy fucking Rose. That should be her new name when she comes back. Mandy fucking Rose. She comes back with her OnlyFans army and just fucking just tear shit up.
Oh boy.
Well, I've been telling Vince McMahon I'm going to send him a letter. He needs to create his own kind of cameo OnlyFans, but for his talent.
I really think you guys need to get some paper towels.
Let me ask you this, Jay. Hold on a second. Who's your favorite wrestler right now? Who's your favorite wrestler right now that you would pay $9.99 a month to get personal video access to their entire life, 360 days a year? Like a camera that just follows around that superstar, and you're getting the content.
You know what? If it's going to be content that's going to be entertaining, enjoyable, have serious moments and humor, probably The Rock.
Okay, The Rock. How about you, Anthony? I'm assuming Moxley. You'll fucking follow his ass around for $9.95 a month?
Yeah.
No, actually.
Just imagine that. Vince McMahon, right, says, fuck it, let's do it. And now we have the Roman Reigns channel. We have the Becky Lynch channel. We have the, Seth Rollins channel. It's a thought.
Why are you booing Seth Rollins?
Because I don't like him. That's why.
What was your take on Raw last night, by the way?
Oh, my God. I don't even want to get into that because I heard the show. I had to see my tricks and do what I had to do. But I heard the show, and I heard you guys say such amazing things about Rhea Ripley this, and I didn't want to even name the botches of last night's show. I'm just going to let you guys just call it like it was. And
it was a fun Raw, though. You didn't have fun with it?
Oh, I had fun with the botches. I had tons of fun.
There was definitely botches, bro, but I'm not going to sit here and call out botches 24 hours a day, man.
Why not? Because there's sports analysts
if there's one that's like out of hand, listen, you want to talk about botch, we can talk about SmackDown, all right? That was the biggest botch of the fucking year.
I wasn't even into that. SmackDown was trash.
Well, you didn't see the botch by Top Dollar?
I saw Top. That was the biggest botch of 2022. But
yeah,
I want to talk about.
You saw that shit?
Oh, I'm pretty sure.
I think so.
Where he went to go do the over the top rope, like dive, and then he just slingshot himself off the top rope straight down.
Yeah.
He decided not to jump.
But But here's the thing, though. You can't. My thing is,
I almost had a heart attack when I saw it. I really, because I love botches. I fucking love them. I used to sit here before I started a show where I'm trying to have some integrity to the wrestlers, and I don't want to. Let me explain myself though, so Jay understands. Anthony, you got to talk to Jay really like in detail sometimes, so he can try to understand why you think a certain way. And the botches, Jay, they're not worth going over in detail because it's so disrespectful to wrestlers in general.
That's where I come in.
So I'll bring it up here and there, but I don't want to.
What do you think? What do you think? You're at the performance center, they're gonna pay you. Well, it's okay, Savage. If you just drop him on his head, and it's okay. It's all right.
No, we're not talking about. We're not talking about that kind of botch.
They're gonna give you some hard-hitting criticism. I'm gonna give hard criticism. Top Dollar should not be in the ring. AJ Francis should not be in the ring. You could be a good co-host for AMC and do all those nice findings and buried treasure of WWE superstar. That's all fine and dandy. But let's face it, in the ring, Hit Row shouldn't even be in the ring.
That's how I know NXT was bad tonight, Anthony. I know you said it was good, but I'm sorry. It was fucking bad. And it started off bad with Carmelo Hayes with Trick Williams versus Axiom. The reason this is bad, Axiom's theme music is complete shit. I've heard it enough. I never want to hear it again. By that, I don't mean the wrestler. He's a great wrestler. I love Axiom. But his theme music is fucking shit. His theme music... Jay, listen. He's good. He's good. Shut up. He really is. Axiom has shit theme music. I actually thought it was a good match with some good spots, but at the end of the show, the finish from Carmelo could have been much better. All right? Trick Williams with the interference, slamming Axiom to the mat, Hayes with a super code breaker, and basically leg drop that should have looked better from Carmelo Hayes, that finish. Other than that, good match. Go ahead, Ant. What'd you think of that match?
I mean, I'm high on Carmelo Hayes because he is a great in-ring wrestler. He is. He's got moves, that guy. I've watched him. I've been watching him for the last couple years. But I want to know who, like, why are you giving Carmelo a push, but not the guy who, like, Trick? I thought they were a tag team.
Yeah.
Why you? I mean, I love the fact that you're pushing Carmelo, but what about Trick Williams?
So wait a second, I want to get this correct before I go to Jay. Are you telling me you're a Trick Williams fan?
No, I'm not. I just want to know why he's there.
Great fucking question, Jay. Why is he there? And what did you think of the match?
He's there because he's a significant piece of Carmelo Hayes. He's basically, that's the guy that basically turned them all heelish. He just came through, they were boys, they grew up, and they like, you got to take over, and this is where we fast forward, here we are. Trick Williams is not a great wrestler, man. He's a great manager, I would say, Ro. I think Savage could agree on that.
He's a mouthpiece. That's what he's there for.
I would fit him perfectly like that. You could sort of say it. I don't know about mouthpiece Savage because some of
he's better than Carmelo. I think he's better than Carmelo on the mic. What do you think, Ant? You think Trick is better on the microphone than Carmelo?
I don't know. It's tough call.
Or are they pretty much the same?
I mean, Carmelo. When we hit the segment with Apollo, I'll give my thoughts on that.
Okay, all right. Jay, what about the match though? You didn't like it?
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. I know you think Axiom is a great wrestler and everything, but he only works well with great dance partners, and I think we've seen it tonight. I think he got a little exposed. I think WWE is covering him up really, really well and putting him with cruiserweights, I'm going to say, because Carmelo Hayes is kind of like a cruiserweight, right? And you put him in a match like this, it's going to be great. You know, nice things happen. The springboard clothesline I like from Carmelo Hayes. You know, the ending with the leg drop, you know, it wasn't on the mark, but it did his job. And Trick Williams did his job as being that manager role that I see him fit. And the match wasn't match of the night for me or great, but it was a good entertaining match. There was a botch. I'm sure you guys didn't even catch it, but when Carmelo Hayes does his trick roll slam into the crossface, he actually lost grip, but then he tried to cover it up with a cover up. So I thought that was pretty clever. So you got to give it to Melo. He really did good. Overall, this match was good. I wouldn't say greater match of the night, but it was good.
It was a good match. My favorite spot was the double, when they're walking the ropes, double walking the ropes into the Hurricane Rana.
Yeah. And I like when wrestlers think on the fly, like, hey, I fucked up. What the fuck do I do now?
But mistakes happen. Mistakes happen all the time, man.
It looked good.
Yeah.
And I'm giving credit to Melo. It looked
You know how
good.
many matches have had no mistakes? You want to know how many matches have had no mistakes in the history of matches? I can tell you. The answer is 0. The answer is 0. The difference is the people working the matches that can make a mistake look like it was meant to be there. The people that are so good. You know how many times Bret Hart fucked up, but he's so fucking good that he immediately made his fuck up look like it's part of the match. Like it's part of the story, part of the script.
When you think like that, that tells me you're ready for main roster. And Carmelo Hayes is ready for.
I can agree with you there. He's been here longer than almost anybody on the roster at this point. So, if anyone's due for a call
could
up,
put Waller there.
No, I want.
There for a while.
I think Waller needs that title on his. Well, speaking of Waller, they have an interview with him right now, and he goes on to say Perez did not have to wait until New Year's Eve. He says, I'm not waiting either. I'm calling my shot. I want my title shot. But then they say, yo, Braun's not even here. Waller says, I know, but I know he's watching. And, I want him to come meet me in the middle of the ring, bitch. And then that cuts. Strong promo from Waller. Long term tonight, strong. The only person that really shined to me tonight was Grayson Waller. The only one that shined tonight. Mm-hmm. But, we'll get to that one.
And the Roxanne Perez interview.
We'll get to that video. Now, Tony D'Angelo says he's got a North American Championship next week, and it was Lee's idea. Stacks, he wants Stacks to go talk to Dijak to tell him to stay out of his way and to go do it right now. Here comes Grayson Waller now to talk to the Don, saying if Breaker shows up, to let him know that he's looking for him. Don says, sure, no problem. What did you guys take from this whole interaction with Tony D and Grayson Waller?
Nothing.
Okay. Nothing anyway. Felt very random.
It was random, but I feel like that there's going to be seeds planted for some. Seeds are being planted for something between those two.
Yeah, I don't think you're wrong about that one. All right, Jay, I'm going straight to you first. Nikita Lyons versus Zoe Starks. Starks wins with the nice heel kind of win over Nikita, letting Nikita walk away, not too much damage to her little legacy. What'd you think of the match?
I thought the match was complete shit. I'm going to tell you why. Nikita Lyons. That's why the match is shit. Her strikes look like shit. Her footwork is like shit. Did I see her use Stark's head and hit it with her ass? Was that a fucking move in the ring? That looked like shit. Everything this woman... Now I understand why this woman's push was so high and it just dropped completely. I am seeing the mistakes the trainers at the Performance Center, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, and everybody is seeing. This woman is not ready. This match was not getting me interested. The only person that got me interested was Zoe Stark. Move of the night was that super kick right into her fucking face in that corner turnbuckle. Oh, wow.
God.
What a fucking kick. Oh. What a fucking move of the night. Zoe Starks is definitely made for main roster, but she was the only one carried. Nikita Lyons, to me, is not ready. Savage, I'm sorry. I know you had big highs on this woman, but tonight just even proves it more. And the strike she did to start off the match, to jumpstart the match, that kick to the back looked like shit too.
Now, you're not wrong, man, but to me, the only thing this match showed me is how much Zoe Starks needs to be on the main roster now sooner than anybody. She has no business being in the ring with anybody there. She was already injured once. Don't waste your time. You know, get her in the main roster now. Let her have a run before one of these noobs hurts her again. Like, so that's what I say. Let her make her fucking money before someone's gonna hurt her.
She's got to lose weight. She's moving very slowly, running to the corners.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if she's doing that on purpose or methodical. I think she's trying to be a little more like methodical, a little more like Shayna Baszler. I don't know if you've noticed that. Just a little bit, not a lot. But I don't know if that's gimmick or not. How about you, Ant? Did you like that match? Or was it shit, like Jay says?
No, it was shit.
Okay.
It was complete shit.
Let's leave it at that, man. Cora Jade interview. She goes on to say Roxanne Perez does not deserve that title, and I've never agreed with anyone more in my life. Wendy Chu attacks Cora Jade. They're going to have a big match next week. Then we get a video. Fallon Henley, Briggs, Jensen trying to cheer up Fallon, who is down because there's not enough money coming in. Isn't that sad, Anthony? When there's not enough money coming in, your parents are broke, they can't even afford to keep up their bar, and then you're not paying taxes on your bar, and then like some bitch named Kiana James just shows up, and she's like, yo, I know you fuckers aren't paying your taxes. Anthony, I'm taking your bar. And then I'm gonna take your girlfriend too, Anthony. Yeah.
I want girlfriend, I don't have one.
Well, if you did, hypothetically, Kiana James just comes, takes your bar, takes your girlfriend. How bad was the acting in this, Jay? I felt like I was watching a porno from the 70s.
It was bad, but I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something right now, right here on live TV. I'm going to tell you, I'm riding the Kiana James jetpack. I'm riding it. I can see why these people see her as a star. I could see her as future champ.
Her acting was even bad too, though. Horrible. It's no good.
It was horrible.
I bet you. I bet you.
I see it.
If they put her on the main roster tomorrow, there would be fucking crickets.
I wouldn't even do it.
There would be fucking crickets. And she would be fired.
The gimmick is working the perfect.
How is it working? It's terrible.
She's a businesswoman. It's working with me.
She's not a businesswoman. She sounds stupid.
The 401k finisher is a nasty finisher. She showed us she's very athletic. She can hang with the top women stars and Roxanne Perez.
I'm not taking away from her wrestling. Her wrestling is good, but the gimmick, I don't like the acting right now. I like the gimmick.
Well, yeah, you got Briggs and Jensen, so.
Well, yeah, they're terrible. They're really bad. And you know what? I haven't been impressed with Fallon Henley's work either. It looks like she's just reading off paper, no real effort. I don't know if it's her. You know, some people just have it, some people don't. And right now, it's looking like she don't have it. What do you think, Anthony? She's great in the ring too. I'm talking about promo, vignette, shit-wise.
She's not great in the ring. She's not. Go ahead, Anthony.
Honestly, I'm going to agree. She's there. That just
asshole.
I felt like I was watching a Nickelodeon, like iCarly watching that fucking segment.
That's actually a fantastic, comparison, to be honest, because it seems like the production quality is that fucking cheesy, and like it feels like I'm not even watching superstars. I'm watching like some actor that's auditioning. I feel like I'm watching auditions.
because here's like just the way she tried to go into well, I want to have a match with you next week. It's like, wait, what? Like, what was the leading to that?
It's all bad. It's all bad. And you know what's even worse, Anthony? We have to get more of it later on, and we'll get back into it. So let's cool it down for now. Let's move on to the women's tag team match for the titles. JC Jane, Gigi Dolan, Toxic Attraction versus Ivy Nile, and Paxley versus Kaden Carter and Katana Chance. And I gotta tell you, I've never been a fan of the Triple Threat Tag Team Championship match because it doesn't make fucking sense. Only 2 people start the match, yet there's 3 fucking teams in the ring. It should be a triple threat match rule kind of situation. Not traditional one-on-one. It's so fucking stupid and so poorly done. And this match was just a great example of why it's so fucking bad. Because you have 6 people in the ring, and it just ends up becoming like a choreographed spot fest. Everybody takes their turns getting a couple of spots. Bullshit. And I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like the match. I don't like Caden and Carter. I think they have no personalities. I don't care about their finisher. I don't care about their entrance. I think if you put them on the main roster tomorrow, there wouldn't even be crickets. There would be nothing. Dead air. Dead air. This match was shit. What do you think?
So, here, I'm going to just say this. Why do you think that they kept the titles on those 2 women? Because the NXT titles are just as dead as their career. That's why.
Maybe. Because there's no other tag teams. And I think Toxic, I don't know, I think they don't know what they're going to do with Toxic yet. Because I think Toxic was set to get a main roster push. But now, because of the whole whatever situation, we don't know. I think they're still going to go main roster, but without Mandy, they're going to need someone. And that's actually a great question, Jay. If Toxic decides to get a new leader, we talked about it yesterday. Who were you talking? I think you were bringing up Chelsea Green, right?
Yeah.
What do you think about that, Jay? Toxic Attraction on the main roster with Chelsea Green as the leader, hinting at maybe a Matt Cardona. No. So who's the leader? Or just them?
Just leave it the way it is.
So just them 2, Toxic Attraction tag team. I like it. Okay. I'm with it.
Well, I
think they're good enough to get over, Ant, to be honest with you, by themselves, without Mandy. I believe Gigi Dolan is and JC Jane's awesome too. I think Jay loves JC more. I love Gigi more. But they're both great workers. They're a great tag team. And I think they have the experience over the last year, cutting all those vignettes and promos, that they know how to play their gimmick right now. And if given the opportunity, they have a good chance of maybe getting some fans.
I mean, I'm not going to disagree with you on that one. I just like the 3 women, because... man,
I agree with you. But right now we got to move forward, unfortunately, because that's the world of wrestling. One day we're thinking like one way. Think about months ago before Cody Rhodes ripped his pec. We all were thinking certain things, and all that went to shit in one night. In one night, he rips his pec. He still has his match, and we know he's gone. So now everything we've been thinking about and dreaming about and guessing, it's going to be it's all bullshit because he's gone for 9 months.
Now, let me ask you this, though, Seth, guys.
Same thing with Mandy Rose. We had thoughts about Toxic, but now all those thoughts are.
Well, here's my thing. You would not. I feel that if you were to put 3 women in Toxic Attraction, brought them up to the main roster with a main roster talent, have them feud with Damage Control to help them. Because they need help.
I don't like that because I already want to get rid of Damage Control. Fuck Damage Control. I don't mind I don't mind Io Sky getting a solo run, or maybe her having a stable with Asuka, and Asuka does her whole crazy New Japan voodoo princess, whatever the fuck she does. I'm down for that. Okay, so that's why I'd rather see that than Damage Control. This way, Bayley goes off on her own because, like Becky said, Bayley's better solo. And honestly, at this point, I wouldn't mind testing the waters with Gigi and JC to see how they fare on their own. It's not fair that they have to ride the coattails of Mandy Rose and then come to WWE and then ride the coattails of someone else day one. Fuck that. Let them come and identify themselves as an individual attraction. We are Toxic Attraction, and we are here. And run roughshod over the women's division.
I respect that. I respect your opinion.
How about this match? Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler are your tag team champions. Listen. Just listen to me. Listen to what this does for Toxic Attraction. Let's say over the next couple of weeks, Shayna and Ronda just show up to Raw, challenge Dakota, Io, rip the titles off them. Damage Control's dead. Bayley's on her own. Toxic Attraction makes their debut at the Rumble. Something happens, sets up a match, Mania, Toxic Attraction versus Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler. And then something happens, and maybe Shayna costs Ronda the titles. Now we have new champions, and Shayna and Ronda can go fight for a year.
I just want to say, before you guys talk, I want to say, by the way, I still got Rousey versus Lynch WrestleMania.
Probably. Yeah. I think it's going to be Charlotte versus Bianca, unfortunately. I guess we have to wait. We got to wait.
I don't want to see Charlotte Flair in the ring.
Carter, Chance, they retain the championship in that match. Now we get a video vignette. Keep it fresh, keep it fun. Music and wrestling have the same energy. I'm not here for a long time, but I'm here for a good time. Oro Mensa, video vignette. Anybody have a comment, or we keep it moving?
We all know what you saw in the ring.
All right, Jay, we're going straight to you. Interview Roxanne Perez with Booker T.
Let me tell you something. Never in the history of my life have I ever saw something so dramatic, so well done, so well. I almost had tears in my eyes. I almost broke up to this. I couldn't believe I was hearing. I felt this woman's passion while she won it. I was there. I was standing up here. I was cheering while you guys were hating, you know. Especially you, Savage, hating on this woman. I was the only one that believed in her. I was the only one every Tuesday, even before Anthony. And then Anthony joined the cast. And then Anthony said, yeah, I like her. No, I don't like her. But yeah, I like her. I was here. I was the only one defending my girl. And she did it. And this interview was good. I just wish it didn't have Booker T. I'm sorry, guys. I just don't see him as an NXT guy to call shots, to do interviews one-on-one. But overall, this was great from Roxanne Perez. Let's see where it goes. I don't know because of this whole firing situation. It's going to be very interesting because it looks like Cora's Jade feud is going to Wendy Chu. So who is going to challenge from Roxanne Perez is the question.
I don't know. Hopefully Tiffany Stratton, but we'll fucking see.
That could be a number one possibility.
I don't know. And you want to go first, and then I'll close on this one. You have anything to add to Roxanne Perez interview?
I'm going to agree with Jay. I don't, I love Booker T. I do. He was great in the ring when, and I loved his whole gimmick. Can you dig it sucker thing? But as a commentator and as a guy who's doing interviews, I can't get behind it. But Roxanne is really impressing me. With the interviews that she's been doing and seeing the passion and everything in her and in her, because that's what NXT needs more of. NXT
she's a fucking
more
fan.
Yeah, she needs more of that passion.
And she's like you, Savage. She's a fucking fan, bro. I didn't even know she was out there talking to wrestlers and shit.
I knew that shit. Yeah.
She's a fucking fan.
She is a fan. And I'll say, I've never said she's not a star. I just said she's not going to be a bigger star than Cora Jade. That's all I've said.
No, I'm just saying. I didn't know she was a fucking
No, she's a diehard fan. The only reason this made sense with Booker T is because Booker T was kind of like her trainer. She went to his wrestling school. But at the end of the day, shucky ducky don't quack quack for me on NXT. I'm not with it. Okay? Booker T has no business commentating because at the end of the day, NXT's commentary has always been very fucking scripted. They sit there and they read their lines while wrestlers are doing high spots, and instead of talking about the action and the high spots, they're sitting there and talking about like the NXT deadline or somebody's interview coming up or whatever the fuck they're babbling about. They barely ever talk about what's going on inside of the ring, and you can tell that it's a fully scripted show. Booker T's never been good reading scripts, and it's apparent on the commentary here.
I just think we're in a new generation. I think he had his time with Michael Cole, and that was it. You know what it is? Remind me of when Coach was like, "Oh, he's like, you know what? I'm gonna move on to bigger, better things." And then he decided to come back. And when he came back, guess what? He absolutely sucked in commentating. You know why? Because his time is up. And I think that's what we got here.
I gotta say this. I'd rather see two unknowns who just have good relationship together and let them have a try for a year.
Put Heyman and Corey Graves on NXT.
No, we don't need that either. We don't need that. Leave Corey Graves alone. He's fine where he is. He's doing his thing.
Should I put JBL in NXT? I put him with Vic Joseph.
Maybe. There's plenty of people they could put down there, but for now, we'll see what the new year brings. We got to keep it moving, though. Roxanne Perez is good, though. We'll see what she does. I wish her a lot of luck. Congratulations to her championship victory. I'll leave it at that. All right. Apollo Crews on the way to the ring. Comes out to the ring. Says, I have one thing to say. By the way, I want you all to know Apollo Crews now lied to us tonight twice. He lied. He said he was only here to say one thing. That was a lie. And the first lie.
There are a lot of things.
First lie. Roxanne Perez, congratulations. But then he goes on to continue talking and says he wants a shot at the title. Mello comes out, says, with all that vision, how can you see the title from the back of the line? Which was a good comeback. Name the time and place. He says, I'll show you. And he lies again because he's like, I'm not going to come out here and talk about how I'm better than you. But then he goes on to say I'm better. So he says
he wrote this show.
He said he wasn't going to talk about how he was better, but then he goes on to say at the end of the promo that he's better.
Anthony, this was the guy that Savage said was going to be champion, by the way. Go ahead.
Well, they devastated him, to me. Whatever, that loss devastated him, and now he's got to take a loss to Carmelo Hayes.
The titles, I'm telling you right now, the title's going to Grayson, and Apollo's not going to get a shot for a while.
Probably not.
I would rather see Carmelo. I would rather see Carmelo and Grayson Waller go at it because that could be more of an intriguing match.
Dude, they got him out there right now acting a fool, all right? Apollo Crews acting a fool. Now we get a New Day promo with Pretty Deadly. Pretty Deadly has a whole bunch of things they have to do if they want a title shot from the New Day. They got to get them certain gifts. They got to get, I believe, what else did they say, Jay? There was a lot of stuff they had to do. The New Day's making
Legion of Doom figure.
Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, they got to spend a lot of money.
Oh yeah, and don't forget a stop sign, too, from some random town.
Yeah, well, that always comes into handy, too. After this bullshit, we see Isla Dawn and Alba Fire, and Isla Dawn decides to blow some red dust into Alba Fire's face that would send her to the medical facility. Then we get a video from last week of Odyssey Jones with Malik and Blade with the Schism, and we got a little promo from Ava Rain, Joe Gacy and his boys coming out. There's going to be a match next week with them. Real quick, Jay, I'll just one take. What'd you think of Ava Rain's little segment?
Fucking lost like the Schism. I don't even know what the fuck was the fucking point of this shit.
Yeah, it was pretty. It did feel super fucking random.
And the way she came at it, the way she delivered it, just looked jokey. I don't know.
It was bad. And then we have the doctors checking on Alba Fire. Grayson Waller. This was to me the most entertaining part of the night. When Grayson Waller.
I think Alba Fire was more jokey than fucking Alba Ray.
Yo, she's getting checked out by the doctor, right? Because she's all hurt. And then Grayson Waller comes in, just interrupts. Like, who gives a fuck about you? You seen Braun Breaker? Like, that was good. Okay, kind of like a Miz moment.
Fucking listens. Nobody fucking listens.
Hold on, I want to keep it moving, man. Indy Hartwell versus Elektra Lopez. Here's what I have to say about the match. And I don't care what either of you have to say, but if you have to say something, make it quick. Bad kicks, obvious spot calling with the leap over into the hip toss. More bad shots from both ladies. Lopez with a brass knuckle. She pulled out of the turnbuckle, I think. And then everyone acting like they didn't see it picks up the 1, 2, 3. This was bad. You got bad?
No.
It's good?
No. Yeah, You're good. I had no feelings.
You're good. Jay?
It was just a rush match, so I can't judge. It was just rushed.
Well, for it's still shit. Okay, back to the doctor. She's clearing Alba Fire for her match that she's going to have with Luca coming up. Wesley interview. He says, I have to be a fighting champ next week with Tony D. More shit. Then we have Alba Fire versus Sol Ruka. Ila Don comes out with a bat, causes Alba Fire some pain, ruins the match. More shit. Although I gotta say, Ila Don does have a look about her. And so something when they were showing her a little pose by the stage, I don't know, I could see her being a star one day. She does have the look. But I got to see more action in the ring and see what she's really about.
Yeah. She just has to get her gimmick down.
Yeah, she has something. There's something there. That's all I'm saying. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But there's something that I'm like, okay, I want to see a little more of that. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Maybe she can fit in with Bray Wyatt. I don't know. We'll see. Chase U Xmas Party. That's an Xmas party I'd want to go to. Duke Hudson steals a plaque from this kid, tells him, hey, you got to go talk to the admissions because your tuition bounced or something, you know? I'll hold your gift for you. Go. Steals the present from the student, gives it to Andre Chase. Some fishy behavior going on here. Are we getting, obviously, more hints that Duke Hudson's going to stab this man in the back? Will it happen in New Year's Evil? Makes sense, right? I'm calling New Year's Evil.
Yeah.
Duke Hudson's going to be a star next year. He might be a champ, Jay.
I'm going to say this. I hate Chase U, but I love this because this is the first live evidence we got. Or should I say pre-recorded? Pre-recorded evidence we have of Duke Hudson about to turn heel. And we all saw it tonight. So I'm definitely excited. New Year's Evil sounds great.
Yeah, I'm excited for that too. Could be a lot of things happening to shake things up for 2023. Then we get a Briggs and Jensen interview tonight. We're going balls to the walls, blah blah blah. This is the biggest match of our lives. This is going to be our night. 2023 is going to be our year. This was a terrible promo cut off by Kiana James, who says, "Save it, Fallon. This ain't about the bar. I came for him. Good night, Brooks. Good luck, Brooks. Thanks, Kiana. What you looking at, Mackenzie? I'm all business, but I'm still a woman." Bad. This was all bad. Everything I saw on TV tonight, including these people, was bad.
You didn't see the jetpack. I saw it.
Is this a wrestling show or like
Days of Our Lives?
Tinder.
I don't know.
Or is it Tinder?
It's probably both.
We saw horrible things in the past. We saw horrible bar and panties and mud matches. Come on, we saw horrible things.
All right, let's get through this fucking show, all right? We got a video from earlier. Drew Gulak training a student.
Here comes more shit.
Hank, the security guard, approaches Drew Gulak about advice, says he has a lot to prove and is willing to bust his ass. He says, listen, Hank Waller, I admire your eagerness. Next week, I'm hosting a seminar. I don't want you to attend, and I want you to attend, but I don't want you to participate. I just want you to observe. Of course, Hank agrees. We move on to the WWE Tag Team Championship match. Briggs and Jensen with Fallon Henley versus The New Day. Woods with the Poison Rana, Trouble in Paradise from Kofi. Woods with the elbow drop and the 1-2-3. New Day retains. This match was hard to watch and very cringy. It looks like Briggs and Jensen almost hurt the New Day on 5 separate occasions, and it scares me to watch WWE Hall of Famers and legends, future Hall of Famers and future legends, be put in a situation where they have to jeopardize their health to put on a show for the C brand against the D plus talent. It doesn't rub me the right way that guys like this have to go work with people that are so not ready.
Did you catch what was on the Titantron for their video when they came out?
No.
Triple tag team champion. Raw, SmackDown, and now NXT. Why? First of all. Second of all, why is a main talent tag team that you can use because there's no fucking tag team on the main roster?
I bet you they knew they were going to fire Mandy when they sent over New Day. And they said, let's get them there in time so the ratings don't take a complete fucking hit.
there's not a guy on the Indies that's well known that you could have brought in?
No.
Bullshit.
Oh, by the way, shout out to Bryce Donovan. Unfortunately, do you remember Bryce Donovan, Anthony? Shook Crew, Max Caster, Bryce Donovan, Bobby Orlando. Bryce Donovan's also been on AEW Dark a few times. Yeah, he broke his hand. So he's going to be out of commission for a while, which fucking sucks. Because he had a bright future, and he was the current Create a Pro World Champion as well. So, that sucks. I'm very sorry to hear that. I hope you get better sooner than later. Take your time, don't rush.
Get well, man.
Just get well, brother. Get well. All our support was sending it to you. But yeah, that match was hard to watch. I don't think New Day should be putting their bodies at risk against talent like this. They don't deserve that. They deserve better. Stack's preparing to talk to Dijak. He's sitting there talking. I think he's already talking to Dijak. Then they pan out. He's talking to the fucking door. And am I wrong? Did he even talk to Dijak? I don't think they showed him talking to Dijak.
He went in.
So he went in, but we don't know what happened. We'll find out next week when Stax is probably in a jail cell.
Incarcerated.
What's going on with Dijak? Are they making this guy like the new big boss man, Jay? Is he going to like arrest people?
I don't know, but they're doing it perfectly. They're keeping him off the cameras and keeping him mysterious. That's the way to do it.
Keep him off the mic. All right, Grayson Waller. Grayson Waller headed to the ring in New Year's Evil. Then there's a vignette about a new year, a new me. January 10th. Who the fuck is this? I know who it is. It has to be Tiffany Stratton, right?
Has to be.
New year, new me. I like it. And Tiffany Stratton's my pick. I like to be a star.
She could be the next challenger.
Maybe, man. Maybe. And then your girl Roxanne's in trouble.
Never.
All right. Then we get a Diamond Mine segment. You guys going to stay together, they ask them. They're cut off by Sanga and Veer Mahan asking if they're cleared. Julia says, yeah, watch me next week. I'll go one-on-one with JD McDonough. Next week. Yeah.
Shaq's Veer, are you clear? Because shit, you've been not clear for the last 2-3 months.
Probably, yeah. Then next week, you're also going to see Wesley versus Tony D'Angelo, Cora Jade versus Wendy Chu. And then the battle for the bar. Fallon Henley, Kiana James. Hopefully that match is good. And then we got a 6-man tag. Schism versus Odyssey, Malik and Blade. And speaking of, I believe it's Malik, right? Did you see that new tattoo he got, Jay?
Was it a sweater vest?
No, I want to know what you guys think about this, because the next time we see him live, you're going to see it on his chest. All right, the one that's really Diesel, that's Malik, right? Malik Anofi, that's the Diesel one? Yep, all right, the good one, the one that can wrestle. He has like a Thundercat on his left chest tattoo, and now on the right side of his chest, he tattooed a big WWE logo.
That's pretty horrible. This guy's basically thought of a loophole to keep his job forever, so he decided to get a tattoo on his chest saying WWE.
What happens if he gets fired and he has to work in AEW?
Just put,
put a T-shirt on.
Front. AE and cover the E.
Put a big X over it.
Cover the W and E.
Hey, you know what he should do? He should put a big X over it and then tattoo a knife over his heart. They stabbed him in the heart. Or maybe in the back. Big knife stabbing you in the back. Maybe. I don't know. We'll find out. Anyway, Grayson Waller comes out to the ring. Braun, where are you at? I'm calling my shot. I want the NXT Championship, and I want it right now. Oh, wait. I forgot. You're a coward. I've carried NXT on my back. 2022. Moment after moment. I'm the biggest star here. 24/7. I live this. And there isn't a man or woman on any roster who can do what I do. I'm the biggest star, Iron Survivor, and soon to be the greatest NXT champion of all time. And people think Braun likes to bark because he has that dog in him. Braun isn't a dog. All Braun is an absolute. Braun Breaker shows up. I ain't scared of you. I'm ready. Let's go. Braun gets in the ring. goes for the spear. Waller gets speared. Waller gets up. Braun doesn't. Waller has a steel plate in his chest. Braun Breaker goes crashing head first, knocks himself out. Waller gets up, grabs the mic, says, I outsmarted you tonight. I'm going to outsmart you at Deadline. And at New Year's Evil, I'm going to outsmart you one more time when I become NXT champion. Has the title. That's how NXT closes. Anthony, do you think Grayson Waller is your next NXT champion?
Yeah.
Jay?
Sorry.
I want it to be, but I'm not certain right now.
What do you got to say about Grayson Waller, Braun Breaker? Do you think it's going to be a good match? And do you think Grayson Waller is going to win clean?
I'm going to be honest. For some reasoning, a part of me, because after what happened, seeing the Apollo Braun match, I think it's going to be a loss. But there's going to be a part. I feel like that there's going to be a part 2, a second match. And that second match, that's when Grayson's going to take it.
Okay. So you don't think he's taking? You don't think he's taking it at Evil? You think he's going to take it in the rematch?
Yeah.
Vengeance.
Okay. Is that what you think, Jay?
It sounds like a possibility. I don't know. I just can't right now see him winning, and especially after the way the night ended, I don't know.
Braun's going to be fucking pissed off. I think you're both right. I think Braun Breaker's going to whoop his ass, stay champion this year. February sounds about right.
Could be a controversy finish.
Yes, it could. We never know. Anything can happen at one of these shows,
Yeah.
So that's NXT. NXT was taped tonight. Overall, it was like a slow-paced. To me, it was a hard watch. It was a hard 2 hours. It didn't fly by. So if you have to watch anything from this match, from the night, I'd probably just watch the highlights of Grayson Waller outsmarting Braun Breaker. It's probably the highlight of the night. Tomorrow night, AEW will be back for episode 141. Big shout out to all the people I met this weekend, all the other people who do broadcasts and shows. I've been invited to come on a couple of different podcasts in the next couple of weeks. We're going to hopefully have some new people show up here. And shout out to, again, all the people who hopefully are going to be online tomorrow. Thomas, Gilch, Lewis, if you want, you're more than welcome to join us for AEW. Tomorrow night live right here on Wrestling with Savage. Everybody, if this is the last time you hear from me, make sure you have a happy holiday. Be safe, don't drink and drive, and be nice. It's real easy to be stupid on the holidays. Be nice on the holidays, and make sure everybody knows you love them. Take care, and have a great night.
Christmas fully ranked. Good job, Savage.
It's the best hat in pro wrestling today!
I'm Wrestling with Savage with Willow Nightingale, baby. Let's go!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Because I'm lovely AF and you aren't. Thank you.
And you heard it here first on Wrestling with Savage.
You fucking raw man, yeah! Raw fucking yeah! Yeah!
Battleground Championship Wrestling, we will not be denied.
With Luigi, the greatest pizza maker of all fucking time! Look at this fucking guy right here! Look at this fucking guy! Fuck you, Sam! Fuck you!
Say you are listening to Wrestling with Savage, the best podcast in the history of podcasts.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, project, you live as a champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage, SmackDown. Hold the title, this is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Because they are the best tag team in the world today!
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, project, you live as a champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage, SmackDown. Hold the title, this is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins